Hi, welcome back to the table. Today we're going to go through another stack of games here. I'm going to try to keep it down to 10 of games that we like, that work for us, to teacher, for entertainment, and works for non-gamers, with family, with all that. We've been playing lately with a grandmother and some non-gamers, and these games in general work. We're going to start with
Funkoverse.
And here's Funkoverse. Where's your 11?
Right.
And here's 11. Funkoverse. This game, I believe, got her to like Funkos.
Yeah.
So, again, the hook here is
The Funko Pop.
the pops and the powers. There's so many of them. We've played the
Back to the
DC,
Future, DC, Jaws, Kool-Aid Man.
and there's a bunch of other ones.
There's Harry Potter.
It's basically like printing money for these people. Problem is storage. I know a lot of people are having problems with storage. So we're trying to figure that out too. Skirmish game. You're just going around a small board.
You have different powers.
Everybody has different powers. You're
Moving
beating each
the
other
puzzle,
up.
Rolling the dice, collecting the gem, and try to win.
Yep, there's different ways to win. You pick one of the ways to win. May it be capture the flag, territory. You can win by knocking characters over. As soon as you got a certain amount of these jewels, you can house rule it. You're done.
Oogie Boogie, he has special dice.
Some have special dice, which is a nice
And
thing.
then Doc has like the special cooldown trap.
Yeah, she likes the doc
I like
from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. So we're 21st. Again, Funkoverse.
It's like awesome.
Bam. Enough said. Next, we'll jump through this stack here. We'll go to
That's heavy.
King of Tokyo. This one, I'm surprised it has everything in there. Careful. Everybody, I'm sure, has seen this, played it at some point. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it works for everybody. It's
You have to have it. It's like a necessity.
it's an essential. Yeah, I'm gonna have point two, maybe another one here that thinks it's an essential. I believe this one is. It's basically Yahtzee. You're rolling dice up to 3 times. There's certain power cards.
You're powering people.
And you're just smacking each other down. You can win different ways. There's a ton of expansions. We have them all. She likes to play with all the expansions, which is a nightmare.
No, it's not.
But all that matters is that she likes it,
And I win.
and she usually wins. It's great to play
This
this.
one's signed by Tom Bassel.
Yeah, I got Tom Bassel to sign this at a convention.
It says always attack Dad.
And she does. I want to thank Tom for that. So again, another game you like. I think everybody likes. It works for everybody, even her grandmother to some extent. If we keep it the base game,
I don't like it.
where she doesn't like them. But again, a game multiplayer works great.
There's
and
also Dark Edition.
there's a dark edition that came out that we like. I like as well. She doesn't like it so much. It does have a different mechanic that's kind of cool. It's one of those games everybody can play on a game night. I've always had this idea. Every table, we had our own group, which sadly fell apart. But we had our own group. Everybody at the end of the night just smack down. Winner goes to the center table. End of the night,
Whoever wins.
every table sends
The
one.
ultimate
Whoever
winner.
wins the night.
Trophy.
Let's jump to this one. Party games.
Pick domain.
I believe works for everybody. This is one of the ones I picked up out of Impulse, and it works. It's basically you
You get a card.
get a card.
You secretly have your own thing that you're trying to draw. The different cards.
You
Try
have
to draw it.
a
Other
person,
people have to
place,
guess it.
thing, an action. You draw it. If you get everybody to guess it, you get lots of points,
And you win.
and you win. So you're trying to get
If you're
people to
gonna-
guess your card.
If you're gonna play this a lot, you might want to buy extra pencils.
Yeah.
It comes with pencils, but that doesn't last too long.
So, works. Party game. Pictomania. Another one along those lines. Another Impulse buy.
Just one.
Just one. Well, this one's getting a lot of good reviews last year.
It's the same thing,
It was a game of the year 2019.
but you're not drawing. You're writing words.
Same thing. You got a word. You're trying to word. I'm sure everybody's seen this one. Everybody writes one word.
To
You
try
get
to get
the
the
clue.
other person to guess it.
Multiple words are the same. Those come off.
And then they can't see
They
it.
can't see it.
And
So
then they
don't
have
try to
to
be
try
so
to do it.
obvious. And try
Like
to
if
get
it's
people to guess.
snow, don't put white. Everybody's gonna put white.
Yeah, but somebody might not. So you might want to be that person. Again, this was game of the year last year. We just played Pictures. I just bought it a few weeks ago. I think I highlighted last video. It wasn't too hot.
Which one's pictures?
Pictures, the one where you got the rocks and the
Oh
string.
yeah.
I think this one was better pick for game of the year. Anyways, just one. Again, I think it's an essential party game, just like Codenames and some of these older ones.
If you're a solo gamer, don't pick it up.
Yeah, I play a lot of solo games, but I play other ones.
Adventure begins.
Adventure Begins. Department store game.
The
Surprising
entry
enough.
level to dungeon crawl game.
Yep, that's what I used it for her. It worked.
A lot.
It has, well, you just set up your own board. You're going through 4 separate sections. You're fighting a main boss on all 4 sections. You fight the big bad one at the end. Along the way, you do adventures. You can fight, or you can do adventures.
You can do the adventure that it shows in the book, or you can make up your own.
Yeah. You know what? She's right. Kids, just let them go wild with their imagination. Let them make stuff up. This one, according to the rules, you make stuff up of how you made the hit. That's where the hook is. I think it works. She likes to look through all the encounter cards and set them up in such a way to make it harder.
If
and
you
kind
want
of guide
someone to play Dungeons and Dragons with you, but they don't like the paper thing, play this.
Adventure Begins is very inexpensive. Maybe not an essential game, but again, it's an impulse buy. Pick it up. Works for your family. Great.
It
If
comes
not,
with miniatures.
it's got little miniatures. I like it. Next one we'll jump on is
Pirate
Pirate
Den.
Den. Just picked this up used at a game store. Out of impulse, one of my impulse buys. I do quite a bit of those. Some of them don't work. This one
Most
worked.
of them don't work.
Yeah, most of them don't work. This one worked. We just played it last night a few times with us and her grandma. My grandma loved it. She wanted to keep playing. Started to get too late. Again, you just every character, every player has the same deck of cards. You're playing those cards. Each card has numbers. The lowest number goes first, and you do what the card says.
Most of the time, the lowest isn't the best, but you gotta do it.
You got to do it. Again, you're collecting. There's jewels in this game. That's the hook. I found the hook for a lot of non-gamers is jewels,
And for gamers,
flashy,
it's
blingy,
miniatures.
colorful. And for me, it's miniatures. You're collecting those little those jewels.
The gold nuggets.
You're collecting the jewels first, and then you're trading in the jewels, 5 of the
Gold
same,
nuggets.
for the big gold nuggets. Once you have 5 of the big gold nuggets, game ends. You
You
score
can
it
have
up.
more than 5 for the game to end. You just have at least.
Correct. So as soon as somebody triggers the end, get round ends, score it up. You play again. You play again until I get tired of it. Again, Pirate Den. If you can find it cheap, pick it up. You might like it.
I don't even know when it came out.
It looks like an older game.
Like 2018.
2018 is old for her. Game I just picked up one of my game groups. I like to collect old war games, especially from the 70s. It's more of a nostalgia thing for me. I'm going back to wargaming.
This is not a war game.
It's not a war game. This is more of a Monopoly roll and move game. Every person has a specific identity.
Like John Hancock,
George
Paul
Washington,
Revere,
Paul Revere,
Ben Franklin.
and they all have 3 things you have to accomplish.
Bounties, money, signature cards.
So as you have those certain, every card has a specific number you have to acquire. Once you have that, you win the game.
Sometimes it's hard to get signature cards. Sometimes it's easy.
Yeah, every game's different. The hook here is, she liked it. I'm surprised. Every spot,
It's
quite
Monopoly,
see
but
it.
better.
every spot has a historical event. Once we land, we talk about it. We discussed a little bit of it, then we move on. Till you pretty much run it over and over again.
And then you get tired of it.
The
But then you
signature,
want us to keep playing.
the signature cards are nice. She loves to read them. It tells you the
History of the people.
people who signed the Declaration of Independence.
Some people are very interesting.
Yes. Again, if you can find it, it's gonna be rare. I don't see a lot of people finding it, but I wanted to highlight it as part of games that help teach.
This came out in '74.
It's a 1974 game. We're gonna go ahead and point out along part of the party games is Welcome to.
This is a great game. You
She
can
likes it?
play it like you can give everybody a sheet and you put it on the projector. You can play with like thousands of people.
I've always had this idea the teachers could play this with kids. You know how teachers have time to waste, and
I
instead
don't
of watching a
think
movie,
Kids would like this.
no, well,
Not kids that I know.
well, let me leave it at that. Again, I'm sure everybody has seen this or probably have played this. It's kind of on the roll and write. However, it's a flip
Roll
and
and
write.
flip.
Where you're flipping cards, you're picking one of those card numbers, and it has
Write
next
it
to it
down.
a feature. You write it down in your neighborhood. from lowest to highest. Try to put in the right place so you don't get blocked into looking for a specific number. However, towards the end of the game, we're all looking for that specific number.
And then you can put in fences, pools, parks, and then you eventually lose because you have no more numbers.
And then the game's over. We score it up, and we play it again. 2 more games here. I'm going to highlight. We're gonna Parks 59 states.
Park. 59 parks.
59 parks. I keep saying 59 states. Very, very, very pretty game.
Very pretty.
Very pretty. It has a lot of wood meeples that are not necessary but highly appreciated. Many shapes.
Makes it pretty.
Excellent insert. Love the card art. Very simple game on top of that. I'm not gonna go into too much of gameplay again. You're just moving. You guys are out.
Trade in your pieces for parks, and then when you have a certain amount of parks, the game ends, and yeah.
Yep. It has other cards in there that gamers might want to experiment with. Canteen cards and
They're
some
not
other cards.
necessary.
But most non-gamers will probably skip that. They're just going to collect the pretty little.
The pretty little maple pieces.
Yep. And then trade in for parts. I like this game. You can pretty much find it in a lot of places now. It's not hard to find, which I was
We
surprised.
got this one on Kickstarter.
Yeah, this is the Kickstarter version. But it's everywhere now. I'm surprised this game made it so mainstream, and it's a great thing because it's extremely pretty. And I don't.
It teaches you about parks because on the bottom of every park
Exactly.
card it tells you like where it's from and like when it became a
Exactly.
park.
It'll teach you of all the parks and where they're located.
My favorite's the Zion card.
The Zion Park. I like
The
Zion.
card. I like the
Oh,
card.
the card. I like Bryce. Been there a few times. Last game. Survive. Escape from Atlantis.
There's an alien version of this.
There's
horrible.
Survive Space Attack.
It's horrible.
Well, we're not gonna say that. We didn't like it too well. It had a little bit too much complexity. When a game that should have stayed as simple as this one. We played them both. We prefer this one.
I played this when I was 4.
This one might have been the first game I taught her.
Gamer game. First gamer game.
Gamer game. That's right. I've taught her. We had a bunch of games. I'm gonna probably do a list.
Ogre thing. Something like that.
Yeah, Race to the Treasure. I did some videos on some of the older Ravensburg games.
I did one on Dreamcake.
Peaceable Kingdom games that we like. I'm gonna highlight those again in another
They're
video.
good for kids.
Yep.
Babies.
But this was, like she said, the first gamer game. I came in here. I don't know why, because this is probably not a
You
game for
picked
kids.
one where you think I would have cried.
Because it's a take that game. Most kids were not gonna like that. However, she liked it and it worked.
And I won.
There's expansions. There's fan-made expansions. This game that don't add too much complexity. Enough said. I think it's a game that should be in everybody's
I
collection.
like the sea monster.
Sea Monster. Again, a game that I think is an essential. Everybody should play it or have it
At
in their
least
collection.
once.
At least once.
Play it at least once. Not everybody likes it.
So that's a stack of, I believe, 10 games that we like, that work for us. As you can see, she likes them. She pretty much picked most of these out. We got games we're
We
going
have
through here.
a room full of games.
Wow.
It's
Other
gonna take
people have more.
years to go through them.
Nah. So again, thanks for watching and take care.